Welcome to the next video, which is regarding reporting with Power BI. Once you have uploaded all these data from your raw material to landing page using Databricks, PySpark code and Unity catalog, we had governing everything here, and the bronze schema is also performed successfully. Finally, we are ready to move to production deployment, golden layer, and then we are finally representing data on Power BI. So how to connect this Power BI with your tool? Let's see what kind of operations, what kind of steps we need to require. First, you need to log in with your credentials who is having global administrator role. Then we will create ADLS Gen 2 instance with proper data lake container. Inside this, we will create test sample and upload some CSV files. You will creating our Databricks instances, and then unrestricted compute resources will be created. Now I'm going to represent final output, how we are connecting this data source, how we are connecting this file. Everything is showing. This is coming from my Databricks. Let's see how to create it. Before directly going through the hands-on practice, let's see what kind of setup do you require. First, you need to create a storage account. As you can see, I have created right now. This storage account is currently showing it's consisting of two things. First, it is having containers. Inside this container, I am having test directory. Inside this test directory, I am having files and store. So I'm going to add more directory. For example, this is called Power BI, and I'm going to save it here. This is just name, not any correlated with Power BI. When I go back here inside my portal, I have already created access connector for Azure Databricks, and here is the resource ID. If you do not know how to create this connector, you just go for previous videos. Click on home. What other necessary you need to require? So you need to require Databricks instances. I have already created Databricks workspace, which is ready to move. I can launch from this option. I have already connected this point, which is giving here. For example, I'm going to connect this access connector ID. So how to connect this access connector for Databricks? You will have to go back here and search for access connector for Azure Databricks. Create a new access connector. So as I already have this access connector, I'm not going to create it, but you can create. And I'm going now give access to ADLS Gen 2 access control IAM. So what I'll do, I'll go back here inside this storage connector, click on storage 𝐵achn, click on this access IAM, and here inside this access control IAM, I can see add role management option. I'm going to click add role management, search for storage blob data contributor. Can you see this is showing here? And select this one, go to the next and select your use manage identity. Okay, so here you can see this is showing manage identity, and select member, and you can select your search name, search for manage identity, access control for Databricks, and here is showing my access connector. I can select and review and assign. I'm not going to assign here because I have already assigned in my Databricks. Now what's the necessary steps here? You need to create a catalog here. As you can see, this is already I'm inside my Databricks notebook. I'm just creating this catalog container. I do not have any catalog here. You can see it's not showing anything. I need to create a catalog here. Can you see inside this? First I'll have to refresh this access so that I can see that option, because that compute resources is necessary. I can see this is showing nothing because some catalog option is again here. Okay, so now can I see this option is showing here? Okay, now it's connecting to my compute resources in order to enable that part. Okay, now I'm going to click on this account console, check for catalog, create Metastore here. I do not have any Metastore, so I'm going to create Metastore Power BI. Just give any custom name here. Just give your access name. If you have already this one, so you will have to select another already. If you have already Metastore in your portal, you will have to delete that one. So you select the region Metastore, you will be only assigned workspace in the region only one. Now ADLS Gen 2 path. So what is the container name? Here you can see this is container name Power BI. So I'm going to select this Power BI. Oh, so this is my container name test. Okay, so inside this container name, I'm going to provide this storage account. What is the storage account name? Storage account, just click on this. You can copy this storage account, _C, and just paste it here, and then I can write dfs.core.windows.net and slash what is the directory path. So you can see inside this storage, inside this test, I need to mount this Power BI. So I'm going to create this Power BI option. So this would be my Power BI path. So collect everything and just paste it here in the ADLS Gen 2 path. Now from where you will get access connector ID, go back here inside this portal, connect access controller ID, click on your access connector Sachin, and then copy this resource ID. Go back here in your portal, paste it here, and let's create. Once it is created, it's showing this is already assigned. Okay, it must not show anything here. So you can assign this workspace, assign, and let's enable. Okay, close. You can come back here inside this one. You can see this is showing Metastore Power BI option, and you can see this is showing correct path for our mounting. Okay, now I'm going to click this cluster path, click on this cat. Can you see this is compute portal where I have already created my compute resources. Everything is from unrestricted single user, and this performing is giving fine. Okay, now I need to click on this catalog. Inside this, I'll have to select this value where I need to create this catalog option. Okay, so it's going to give a refresh because maybe some other options is going to connect. Okay, I was showing that error because that was not connected with my workspace. So I just open this workspace from my portal, and now you can see it's showing this add a catalog option. So I do not have any custom catalog. All these are default catalog. I'm going to add a catalog. Let's connect with this creator test catalog. So this would be standard, and I'm not going to provide any storage location. Let's create. Okay, here you can see this is also showing view catalog. You can see this is showing view catalog. I already have this default schema which is showing here. Okay, what about these compute resources? This is already running. You must have running condition this catalog, this compute resources, otherwise you will find error. Okay, now can you see it's showing error? It's not showing error, it's in running condition. Okay, now I'm going to create a new workspace. Inside this workspace, I'm just opening this catalog in a new portal, new tab, and inside this workspace, I'm going to create a new notebook. Okay, make a duplicate tab, and inside this notebook I want to write some code here. Let's say this is day 16 Power BI data visualization. Okay, now I want to see some kind of code. I want to write some kind of code here. For this here I would be writing some different connection. For example, first I'm going to write print statement so that I may ensure that my instance is being connected here. So let's run. It's automatically connected my most resource compute resource. If it is running fine, I can write my another resource. Okay, can you see it's showing correctly? Now I can describe my catalog, which is showing here. Can you see this is showing my test catalog, and I can write describe option. If it is having that access, if it is showing running fine, which means you have correct permission to use your catalog, you have properly mounted your Metastore, you have properly defined your access. If you do not have access, what you will need to do, you just click on this test catalog, click on this grant permission, go on grant permission tab, click on this grant permission here, and just click on this all privileges, or select the relevant privileges you want to assign, and select your principal. If it is tester or any developer or any kind of users, you just select that group as well. You can see so many testing, developer or other kinds of users are there. I'm going to select myself only. Now I'm going to assign grant permission. So you can grant this permission. Once you will grant, you will set all the privileges here. You can see all the privileges here. So generally we find error just because of this grant permission cause. Now if you can see the catalog name, component, everything here, now you can write your Spark code to use this catalog. So I'm going to use this catalog. For this I'm going to use this test catalog, so that every code will be running in this catalog only. Otherwise you will have error because you are not going to assign anything. Okay, oh sorry, this is just Python code. I just written it up. I'll have to delete it and create a new code and just run this. Create use catalog, test catalog. So whatever I will be creating, this will be creating inside this data frame. This data frame showing everything is fine. Now you want to create this schema. So here you can see I am not mentioning any address. I'm not mentioning any path here. Still it's showing this is the gold schema. So if I will be running this schema here, it's showing okay. And when I'm going to refresh this part, can you see this is having only 2 databases. Now I'm going to running this schema. Now can you see this gold is showing here. Now inside this gold you can click here, you can run other path, because I want to create the table inside this schema. So here you can see this is my catalog. Inside this is my schema. What is the name of schema? That is gold. Okay, so let me give correct name gold, and I'm going to give sample table. So this would be integer and name, only 2 columns are there. Let's run. Meanwhile it's running, I'm going to switch my catalog here, refresh this portal, click on this gold, refresh again. Okay, still it's in running condition. Now it's showing okay. Now go to your refresh catalog option, refresh here. Can you see this is showing your sample table, which means we have successfully corrected one sample table. Now this is showing fine. Now we can create another table as well. So now I'm going to create proper table inside our catalog. So I'm going to I have already ready this code in order to save our time. So now you can see this is showing Sachin, or I can show any Power BI table. Okay, so this is dummy table and I'm going to write everything here. Can you see this cannot be spelled? Okay, so maybe, okay, so I do not have that silver, I have this name as gold. So make sure you are providing correct database name. Inside this database, I'm going to create this Power BI table and all the columns will be here using this Spark jobs. Now I click on here, refresh this part. Can you see this is showing Power BI table? If you click on this Power BI table, you will find this schema, everything column is there, and you will see this sample table. Can you see this sample table is showing here? Okay, I do not have any data, means I do not have any values, any records here. Now I'm going to code for my data insertion. So I'm going to write PySpark code here. I'm going to run this code here, and this is showing inserting anything. Okay, again my mistake, I just inserted wrong name. So maybe this is gold. Oh, Sachin is not there. This is Power BI table. So make sure you are not, these are common mistakes. You are not making these mistakes. Just remove it and just make this one and rerun this code. Now can you see it's not showing any error, rather inserting these records in my Power BI table. Now let's catalog explorer, refresh this part, check your Power BI table again. Here I am having Power BI table. I can see this sample table and I can refresh this again so that I will have all the data set here. Can you see now it's showing everything here? Now, which means you can insert any data using your PySpark. You can insert your Power BI table and you can mount everything using your Metastore. Okay. Generally, we do have error just because of Metastore. So from where you will get your Metastore error, you just click on this manage account. Inside this manage account, you will find this user management. You will find this is having proper access role, account admin role must be here. Your account must have account admin. This is first prerequisite. Then you inside this catalog, you can see this Metastore Power BI is having proper path mounting. It must not have any error. If it is showing fine, you will be running everything here. Now, if you want to mount this one, so what you will need to do, you will have to create a new file. I'm going to create a new report inside my Power BI. Now I'm inside my Power BI desktop. You need to install, even I am not signed in with my official credential. You can see this is giving option to connect my Databricks. So I'm going to search this Databricks. Databricks will be Azure Databricks. Now I'm going to connect. So it will ask your server host name and HTTP path. So I'll give here, I'll select my server host name. Click on this one. Here I can click on this compute, click on your cluster, go down, go to advanced options, click on JDBC, copy this server host name. Now I just paste it here. Now I'm going to click from where I'll getting this HTTP path. Go back here. Inside this, I can see this is showing my HTTP path. Copy this path and paste inside this HTTP path. Here you can see default catalog is showing. You can assign this default catalog name if you want to inherit only specific catalog name, and I do not want to give any database name, you can give any database name here. Also, when you are connecting the SQL Server and SQL query, here is also showing connectivity mode. If you do not know about this import and direct query, just have knowledge of this, because this is very important question for interview point of view. Now I'm going to click on this OK. It will take some time. Can you see now it is showing this Azure Data Directory username or password or Azure Data Directory. I'm going to sign in with different username. Now sign in with different username. This will be optioning. This will be opening your tab name or your Office account. If it is not connected, you will have to use another account, or you will have to add your account here. So I'm going to select my extension name, provide the password, sign in, and it's going to provide this login. You will have to log in with your authentication, Microsoft Authentication app. Once your authentication is success, let's connect, and you will have entire access of your ID. Can you see now it is showing everything here. It is showing everything, your sample test and your sample catalog. Okay, now I'm showing this gold tables as well, gold database. Inside this gold, I'll have all these database, all these tables. Now I'm going to select only one sample table which is having all the records, or I'm going to select this Power BI table because we inserted so many rows, only around 5 to 6 rows. It's going to assign this preview. Can you see it's showing all the previews here, and you can load this table there. Okay, so I'm going to select this Power BI table, load, and not going to perform any transformation here, and going to the apply changes and going to the data tab, you will find on the right hand side, you will find your all the tables value. Power BI table is now importing and loading. Can you see now it's successfully loaded? I'm going to create one visual here. Inside this visual, I'm going to add one dense rank or any gender. Can you see it's showing first visualization? This is not Power BI session, so I'm not going to explain anything regarding Power BI. This is just explaining everything regarding importing this value. If I want to see the education level, you can see this is showing education level. Okay, if you want to drop some legend, you can see everything is showing with this Power BI desktop. This is how you can connect your Databricks through the Power BI notebook. Thank you so much.